was just listening to Gearoid Murphy's appearance on Frodi My George's the Cameron Film Festival, and the film that Gearoid picked to discuss was John Hillcoat's adaptation of Cormac McCarthy's The Road, which I think that was about 15 years ago. I can't remember exactly when. Just from a practical point of view, I personally thought it was a very good adaptation. They couldn't really quite do it justice, but I think they did I think John Hillcoat did a pretty good job. And unfortunately, Cormac McCarthy passed away there about 6 months ago. So the much vaunted adaptation of Blood Meridian that was supposed to be produced in 2024 with Cormac McCarthy as the actual writer of the script. Probably won't go ahead now, which is a pity. It was a very good the Cameron appearance for Gearoid. Really very interesting to hear him talking about a film that he cares about so much. I thought the book was awesome. Very, very obviously a very somber book, and you're not exactly going to be full of the joys of life after reading a book like that. But it's a wonderful feat of imagination to describe a post-apocalyptic world like that, and what life might be like in that. How you try to hold on to your humanity in a world like that. Really, really excellent stuff. So the only reason I picked up the camera here was just at the very beginning. Gearoid was talking about how he first saw the film, and he thought it was okay, but it didn't mean that much to him. He was only a young lad, but then he saw the subsequent viewings and realised that it was saying quite a lot, and then he kind of just digressed to talking about how he always enjoyed reading Cormac McCarthy books over the last 20 years, and how he was musing that folks who aren't that liberal, especially blokes, seem to gravitate to the likes of Cormac McCarthy and Jack London and writers like that. So it just got me to thinking about why do we read? Oh jeez, wow, what a profound fucking question to ask. Anyway, I shouldn't ever allow myself to make ironic comments like that, since I can't stand other people doing it, so I don't know why I bother doing it. I'm just talking about a thing that I find interesting. Okay, let's move on. But reading books like that are entertaining. They're well written books. They're actually just a good read. They're well paced. The story's usually compelling, but particularly in Cormac McCarthy's case, and certainly in Jack London's case, they're obviously talking about other themes like masculinity, thinking about mortality, growing older, not being able to understand the world anymore, things like that. So they're not just entertainment, there's a hell of a lot going on in those books to absorb and think about if that's what you want to do. But it got me thinking about, but is there a place for just reading genre fiction and just as pure entertainment? And well, frankly, yes, there is. I'm afraid sometimes when I go blathering on the way I do in my personal life that people are thinking that here's this grumpy, Gamlia that can't seem to enjoy anything, and far from it. I think there is a place for mindless entertainment. It's good to take a break from contemplating things. It's nice. It's like taking a rest after you've been running. You can get your breath back a bit, so it's a really good thing to do. Just in moderation, like any sugary treat. Be it pop music, it doesn't always have to be prog metal, it doesn't always have to be black metal. You can just listen to a bit of pop music as well, and enjoy that too. You can read a Stephen King book. You're not going to get any great, or rarely will you get any great kind of theme explored, although he has managed it in some of his books. I'm being a little bit mean there, but mostly it's just an enjoyable read because it goes along at a good pace. The characters are engaging and the predicament is engaging, and it's there to be enjoyed, and you should enjoy it. So I think that if we could just kind of just put entertainment in a more healthier place, and didn't have to just endure it these days as a means of A, product placement, and B, delivering the regime approved message. Would that be too much to ask? Anyway, so yeah, after listening to Gearoid and Frodi very entertainingly discuss John Hillcoat's The Road, I think it's time now to rock a bit of pop music or something. I'd stick a little link to the interview up in corner there anyway, and so thanks for listening.